So here's why you keep screwing up your diet and how you're gonna fix it. Make sure to like this video for the algorithm, it would help me out a ton. Alright, so the number one thing that people tend to do most of the time is just not eat enough protein during the day. Protein is a satiating macronutrient, aka it fills you up more than carbs or fats do. So eating more protein will make you feel more full during the day. It will make you feel better because you're not hungry, and being hungry is one of the worst feelings you can have for most people. So eating more than enough protein while you're trying to diet down or while you're trying to eat a little bit less is gonna help you stick to your diet way easier because you're not hungry all the time. Alright, the second thing that I see most people do wrong is just not eat enough food in general. People think that in order to stick to a diet or to lose weight, basically, you need to be in a huge calorie deficit, which just isn't true. Basically, anything over 500 is just excessive. And personally, for most people, I'd recommend going about 200 to 300 calories in a deficit at most. This is not a big deficit, so the weight loss will be slow. But that being said though, you will not be hungry, you will still feel like you're able to eat plenty of food in order to feel good. So this is something that helps a lot for most people, I've personally found in my experience. And it's not that bad if it takes a little bit longer, it just makes sure you're able to stick to it for the long duration as well, instead of being able to just do it for like a couple weeks, crash, go off diet again and gain all the weight back, which is just a damn shame if you've worked so hard in order to lose it all again. Make sure the deficit isn't too big and make sure you know what you're doing, so track your foods. Take a small deficit, 200 to 300 calories, and you'll be good. Right, so the third thing that I see a lot of people do wrong is not taking time off of bad food. So what I mean by this is people tend to want to have a cheat day, or they want to be able to cheat sometimes. And if you're just starting out, I personally do not recommend this because your body is still so used to the bad foods that it's kind of like addicted to it. So if you stick to it and you basically keep eating the foods during a daily basis or once or twice a week, your body never gets the time to actually get off the bad food train and actually feel good and see how you feel without the bad foods. And most of the time what you'll notice, if you've been off unhealthy foods or bad foods, whatever you want to call it, for like a month, and then get back on it and you eat something that's really fatty or something that's really unhealthy basically, you'll start to notice that your body actually doesn't respond to it as well. You might feel a little bit nauseous, you might feel a little bit sick, or you might feel bad in general. And I think in most cases this is a good sign, because it means that your body is basically showing you and telling you, see, this isn't good for me, don't do it, it makes me feel bad. But the more you keep eating it, the more your body gets used to it and the better it can process it. So I personally do recommend just taking time off of bad food altogether. I'd say go for a month, not eating anything that's bad for you, and then see how your body feels, and then you can try and see how your body feels when you eat something that is bad for you. And most of the time it isn't too good. So something that a lot of people don't know as well is not knowing if you're hungry or thirsty. I know this sounds weird, but it is actually a true fact that your body sometimes will signal that you're hungry while it's dehydrated. So sometimes all you need to do is drink some more water or drink some liquids in general, but I would recommend water because drinking sodas is just a waste of time while you're trying to diet. So just drinking some water can already help you feel less hungry. Because like I said, sometimes your body doesn't know or signals that it's hungry but it's thirsty, so you need some water. So do keep that in mind, it's like a little hack, but it definitely can make a huge difference in order to lose some weight, because it makes it a lot easier if you just drink something instead of try to binge again. And I think the final thing, which is going to be very important in order to lose the weight or in order to stick to a diet, is have a clear goal in mind. Not having a goal in mind is one of the worst things you can do in general. But for dieting, it's just basically a recipe for a disaster, because if you don't know why you're dieting, because when you're dieting, sometimes you're going to be hungry, sometimes you're going to feel bad, and if you don't know why you're doing it, it's going to basically make you give up, binge again, feel bad, and go in a vicious cycle, basically like a hamster wheel. So have a clear goal in mind, make your goal setting smart. So basically what this means is have a clear, concise goal. So instead of saying, I'm going to lose weight, say I'm gonna lose 5 pounds in 2 months, and I'm gonna do this by going to the gym 3 times a week. Let's say, for example, this is a clear, concise goal, a SMART goal as they like to call it, and this is gonna help you stick to your goals much more, because the more precise you are, the more concise you are in your goals, the more likely you are to stick to them. So make sure your goal is SMART, make sure your goal is achievable, and make sure to just have a good goal in general. That being said, these are a couple of tips that will definitely help you stick to your diet more so you don't screw it up. I hope this helps. If it does, make sure to follow me and make sure to give this video a like. It helps with the algorithm. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.